All throughout DC and Marvel comics, a general commonality between them is one rule not to kill. This is what makes him a symbol, it's what makes him a hero. But some heroes took a different route. One especially noticeable route was one of the Robins, also known as Jason Todd, an impulsive and rash young boy who was tortured and killed by the Joker in ways that would turn your stomach.
Batman's not coming to save you,
No,
Jason.
no, please, no.
Did you get that, Bats? Kid's not yours anymore. He's mine. Mine. To do with as I wish.
And upon being resurrected from the Lazarus pit, he has since gained a vendetta against the Joker, and no longer has reservations that Batman would have in killing criminals, because unlike Batman, he no longer gave them chances. He broke the one rule. This is the conflict of Batman and the Red Hood, frequently in the cartoon Batman Under the Red Hood, as well as the video game Arkham Knight and Injustice 2. But what if Red Hood was right? I always thought Batman's limitations, while moral, lacked a realistic perspective. And for such a long-range thinker, it was often surprising. He routinely takes out the most dangerous criminals and repeatedly puts them in Arkham Asylum. Over and over. Scarecrow even brings up his irony to his face.
You belong in Arkham, Scarecrow.
So I can break out again.
So you can get help.
Even if it was just one villain, one teensy villain, such as the Joker, it would still not be allowed. He even goes out of his way to enforce his viewpoint on others, just like in the Injustice series. He enforces on Red Hood from killing the Joker, which Joker is always counting on, of course. He knows what's up. He knows how Batsy works, as well as forcing Punisher to stop him from killing an insane clown who's essentially possible for the deaths of hundreds, if not thousands, he routinely blows up. Just on the basis of him, staying alive. It almost makes you wonder if the court sentenced Joker to the death penalty, would Batman fight against it? So he can get help. The only reason he's not executed is because of insanity, which Joker takes full advantage of.
Think you can have a family? That locking me up will magically reform me. And they'll be safe. So big, so dumb. Now run along, so I can break out of here. I've got lots of planning to do to top this.
I can see where the rumors are floating around about Batman and Joker being star-crossed lovers, and where that comes from. Time and again, Batman and Joker never really seem to actually want to kill each other. Batman saving him despite his insanity, looking at each other in the mirror, staring into each other's eyes. Star-crossed lovers, star-crossed haters. Come on, dear, keep blowing up them cities. I'll keep capturing you, keep killing along. 'Cause you complete me with the same, for this is my DM, a lover's game, my lover's song. It'd be adorable if it wasn't so bloody insane. In Injustice 2, the Joker has effectively blown up countless lives on top of Superman's wife, Lois freaking Lane. Sure enough, Superman is rightfully pissed. Superman, having snapped, decides to kill the Joker, which Batman had protested against, effectively causing Superman to snap from one kill, turning into a power-hungry mad timer bound and determined on wiping out and capturing all criminals through absolute control and dominance. And despite his good intentions, he goes way off the deep end, flown from one extreme to the next. He is in effect representing one extreme, just starting from one death. And he's at one death. So this is the thing Batman fears it becoming were he to kill. Because naturally, it's far better to break bones and cause concussions.
So you won't kill, but you're fine with traumatic brain injuries.
Bat logic. Still, Batman stands firm in his convictions. Never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon, resulting in a deadly and reckless rivalry with many heroes joining which extreme sides they agree with, supporting their equally extreme causes and convictions.
How many more innocent people die before you accept that some lives need to be taken?
They represent two extreme hardline positions, good and bad, right and wrong, black and white. If you play as Red Hood during the story, destroying Brainiac, you can see how extreme the two sides really are. As a sympathetic light is cast over the Red Hood, the gray line, the lone wolf, makes you wonder how good they really are. Perhaps a Red Hood is the realest hero of them all.
The invasion over, Bruce and Superman started fighting again. I wasn't down with either of them. On the one hand, the regime's right. Scumbag murderers and rapists deserve to die. But on the other hand, I'm no fan of government authority, especially the dictatorial variety. So while the world's finest fight each other, I fight for the people. The weak, the innocent, anyone who can't protect themselves. When they cry out for a savior, I'll answer. As for the criminals who threaten them, they need to know that their actions have consequences. That the Red Hood is coming for them.
So, we've already established that he will not kill. No exceptions. Well, some, but we don't count that. So, the next question is, where are we gonna put him? Well, I had a perfect idea.
Arkham Asylum, where they can get help.
Get help, huh? What a joke. Let's go back to Batman's nobility. I would say the fact that Batman's code of ethics is a good thing to have. It keeps him what he feels is the right thing to do. That there is always hope. That somewhere deep down, nobody is lost. They don't need to be killed. No matter how bad you are, everyone's life has meaning. A strong, principled nobility. Well, with a few exceptions where the reality hits that he's actually hiding the fact that he's just as, or better said, has a potential to be just as lost as these lost souls he wants to save. Does he see himself in them? What if he's got off the rails? What if he lost his way? What if there's no one to save him from his broken madness? Everyone deserves someone to save them. Everyone deserves another chance. And another, and another, and another. Which brings me to the topic at hand. His solution to these broken souls, these shattered figures, is to take them to Arkham Asylum, you guessed it, asylum for individuals to get help and become functioning members of normal society. You see, not only is he sending them to an insane asylum, but he's sending them to a dirty, unkept, immoral, crappy environment with crappy bodyguards, a crackpot environment that seems half like The Walking Dead in some portrayals. Feckin' zombies, right? I don't think that's quite what crazy looks like, but okay. But also minimum security where all the villains broke out in no time flat. Good stuff. There seems to be a problem, but I say the little entryway to hell is the real issue here. Could it be possible that Arkham Asylum might just be a fate worse than death?
Ever since it opened its doors, Arkham has been a breeding ground for the criminally insane. Its methods for rehabilitation, crude. Its security, lacking. And the rate of death and suicide inside the asylum itself is truly terrifying.
If your desire was staggering rates of suicide, then good job, goal accomplished. But if not, what the fuck? Once you realize what Arkham is actually like, you begin to see just how hellish it really is and why no one in their right mind would get help there. That doesn't heal, it harms. I mean, in Telltale's game, it was actually even worse. It was originally a dumping ground for actually sick individuals and non-individuals to get injected and forced to go crazy for the owners to take out political threats. Good stuff. It was literally so bad that its twisted and abused existence formulated half the villains themselves. Penguin, Two-Face, Lady Arkham. Which that last name is a bit on the nose, I'm sure. Lady Arkham even formed the Children of Arkham to incite a revolution. In this case, force a revolution through unsavory means. Although their methods were rather immoral to say the least, their purpose and meaning was spawned from the horrors of Arkham Asylum and trying to change it. But as we know, Batman's entered the scene and screwed that all up. And I must say about Batman's intentions, while noble, sometimes movements against established systems must be made to incite when something is clearly morally wrong. Luckily, you have that opportunity to incite such change as Bruce Wayne. What Bruce should do, and Telltale followed up on, was to use his vast wealth in order to fix the clear and obvious issues of Arkham Asylum, make it into a far more livable environment that therefore fulfills the purpose the Batman intends, thereby leading Batman to have a reason to put them away and actually give them a chance of getting help, instead of just tossing them into a trash pile environment that only further serves to break their minds and surround them with clearly exceptionally deranged individuals and zombies. And crackpot psychiatrists who magically think they're gonna help and can't even figure out if someone is actually sick or just drugged. Obvious veins, much. That would be using his vast money and power, which he sustained from his family through unsavory or savory means, depending on the version that you're quoting, to good use. Therefore, the idea of Arkham Asylum I more or less accept. What it is meant for, the idea. The reality of it, I suppose, I would think Batman should oppose as well. If he truly cares about the well-being of others, after all, even his enemies. Therefore, Batman and Bruce would be fulfilling a far more beneficial use of their resources, and the rates of death and suicide would staggeringly drop. Positive figures. Really, to a genius detective as Batman, it should be obvious. And to top it off, let's leave it off with a little tidbit from Alfred.
You don't have to do it, Bruce. There are other ways of doing good in the world. But you pour everything into your bloody crusade, and I know you too well to hope you'll ever change.
Alfred, wait. Would you stay? If I promised things would be different.
Is that a promise you can keep?
Like you said, there are a lot of ways to help. I'm sure the city could use a man of my talent and resources.
Are you sure about this?
I'll do whatever it takes to keep our family together, Al. Even this. So please, tell me you'll stay.
Well, maybe just one more night.